Have you ever judged someone by their appearance, only to discover they were far more extraordinary than you imagined? In today's powerful story, a single father walks into a small cafe with his daughter, hoping for a peaceful breakfast. But when a cruel bully humiliates him in front of everyone, things take an unexpected turn. What the bully doesn't know is that this quiet dad possesses skills that will leave the entire cafe speechless. This inspiring story is about respect, courage, and the true meaning of strength. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories. Let's get started. Ethan Carter walked into a small neighborhood cafe in Dallas, Texas, holding his 8-year-old daughter Lily's hand. It was a chilly morning, and the cafe was filled with the smell of fresh coffee and warm pastries. Ethan worked long hours to support Lily. After losing his wife several years earlier, money was often tight, but he always made time for breakfast with his daughter before school. They found a small table near the window and ordered the least expensive meal on the menu. Lily happily chatted about a science project, while Ethan listened with a smile, grateful for the simple moment together. A few minutes later, the cafe door swung open, and a large man named Rick entered with 2 friends. Rick was known around the neighborhood for his loud attitude and habit of picking on people he considered weaker than himself. As he looked around the room, his eyes landed on Ethan. Noticing Ethan's worn jacket and modest breakfast, Rick smirked. He began making sarcastic comments loud enough for everyone to hear. "Looks like someone's having a luxury feast today," Rick joked, causing his friends to laugh. Ethan ignored him and continued talking with Lily. The little girl looked uncomfortable, but her father calmly reassured her with a gentle smile. Rick took Ethan's silence as weakness. He walked closer and continued insulting him, questioning how a man could support a family while ordering the cheapest items on the menu. Several customers exchanged uneasy glances, but no one spoke up. The cafe owner watched nervously from behind the counter. Despite the humiliation, Ethan remained composed. His posture stayed relaxed and he never raised his voice. He focused entirely on Lily, refusing to let the bully ruin their morning. However, Rick became increasingly frustrated by the lack of reaction. Determined to provoke him, he stepped directly beside Ethan's table for the first time. Ethan slowly looked up, his calm expression never changed. But something in his eyes caused the room to fall completely silent. Rick stood beside Ethan's table expecting fear or anger. Instead, he saw only calm confidence. The silence in the cafe felt heavy as every customer watched the confrontation unfold. Lily looked up at her father with concern, but Ethan gave her a reassuring nod. He then rose slowly from his chair, his movements controlled and effortless. Rick smirked and reached out to grab Ethan's shoulder, believing he could easily intimidate him. What happened next stunned everyone. The moment Rick lunged forward, Ethan shifted to the side with incredible speed. His movement was so smooth that it seemed as if he had vanished. For a split second, Rick's hand grabbed nothing but air. Losing his balance, he stumbled forward and crashed into an empty chair. Gasps spread through the cafe. Embarrassed, Rick quickly stood up and tried again. But Ethan calmly stepped aside once more, avoiding the attack without throwing a single punch. Every movement was precise and silent. To the people watching, it looked almost unreal. Rick's confidence disappeared, replaced by confusion and frustration. He had expected an easy target, not someone who could evade him so effortlessly. The cafe owner finally stepped forward and recognized Ethan. He revealed that Ethan had once served as a highly respected U.S. Special Forces instructor, training elite military personnel in discipline, awareness, and self-defense. The room filled with whispers as customers realized why Ethan moved with such extraordinary skill. Rick's face turned red with embarrassment. He looked around and saw everyone staring at him. For the first time, he understood how wrong he had been. Lowering his head, he apologized to Ethan and Lily for his behavior. Ethan accepted the apology without anger, telling him that respect was stronger than fear. Rick quietly left the cafe. Ethan returned to his seat and Lily smiled proudly at her father. That morning, she learned that real strength is not about fighting. It is about staying calm when others try to bring you down.